What's good, everybody? It's just your neighborhood angler, Money Bass, out here about to do this thing we call Bass for Cash. Now, each week I get out here, see how many fish we can get to the boat. As I get those fish to the boat, if you are a subscriber to the channel, thing one, and thing two, you guess the exact weight of the fish, you can walk away with a nice cash payout. Now, I want to give a big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. They will handle all your outdoor lawn, residential, and commercial needs. They are one of the original sponsors of Bass for Cash. Also want to give a big shout out to Fish X Live, guys. If you are someone who likes participating in tournaments, you're a tournament organization, bass club, catfish club, crappie club. I mean, they even have carp clubs out there. Any type of fishing tournaments that you guys want to host, you definitely want to make sure you check out fishxlive.com. All right, so what we're going to do is get out here and see how many fish we can get to the boat. We're going to be out here for a good time, not a long time. So we're going to see how many fish we can get to the boat before I head in for the day, because I do have a tournament tomorrow. So I'm going to be out here just getting some of my gear and stuff like that ready for tomorrow's tournament. So that's kind of a partial goal for today. Let's see who we have checking into the chat. Who do we have in here? We have FL Fishing says, yo, I'm a big fan. What's going on? Good to see you in the chat. We have James Larry tuning back in. Good to see you once again. FL Fishing says, what's up, Money Bass? John says, what lake is this? We're out here on Lake Lanier. Just going to be out here getting my gear and everything lined up. See stuff like this? You see that? How my line kind of came outside of the reel, had a wind knot in here from when I was using it the other day. So I just want to get out here today and just kind of get my gear and everything ready to roll, because tomorrow I will be fishing a tournament on Lake Hartwell. So the game plan on Lake Hartwell, okay, look, I pretty much already have everything lined up. We're going to be fishing a wacky rig / Nico rig, crankbait. We have an underspin and also a shaky head, of course. You guys know those will be the weapons of choice for tomorrow. So I'm going to get out here and kind of fish around with these just a little bit. See if we can get a fish or two to the boat within maybe an hour, hour and a half is how long we'll be out here today, guys. And also, we are doing this thing called Bass for Cash. Now, if you are not familiar with that, what that means is, as I get fish to the boat, if you are a subscriber to the channel, so make sure you have subscribed, and you can guess the exact weight of the fish that comes to the boat, bam, just like that, you walk away with a nice cash prize. And John says, oh, it's the haunted lake. All right, Frisco says, he says, another dangle session on Hartwell. Well, tomorrow, the game plan is to cover water with a crankbait. I'm going to be fishing rocks, laydowns, docks. Going to see if I can get anything shallow in the morning. If I'm not really successful at that, then Frisco, I might go out there and do a little dangling offshore. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. All right, Crystal says, good afternoon from New York City. Oh, from NYC. Good to see you in the chat. Frisco says, if you get fish to the boat, he said, might. Oh, if I might get fish to the boat for Bass for Cash, right? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see, guys. So one of the things I do have to do is just get everything set back up, because I did kind of change my electronics around for this last tournament. Let's see, we were on Logan Martin doing the Battle of the Anglers. In the chat, Backlash says the weight is 0.00 pounds. You are currently correct. We're just getting started, guys. So we haven't got anything to the boat yet. But as we get the fish to the boat, you guys know the routine. We'll see if we can get somebody, give away a little bit of money today. Shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, guys. All right, so let's see. Let's get these electronics set up the way I need them to be for tomorrow. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and reset everything. We have Mask Off Fishing. He says, I need that Bass for Cash money. I have to catch the mega bass, catch the mega bus to Hartwell this weekend. All right, let's see. I'm going to change out this crankbait. One of the things I'm going to be throwing tomorrow is a crankbait, guys. But I think I'm going to go with red for tomorrow. So, yeah, that's casting pretty good. But I probably won't throw this crankbait. I'm going to throw a different one tomorrow. But that's set up pretty good. throwing this on. Oh, well, actually, I'm going to change this out because I want to throw it on 10-pound line for tomorrow. And I'm going to throw a rock crawler. So I'll show you guys the setup that I'm going to have. So I like this setup right here for my crankbaits. But I have been throwing a lipless crankbait on here. I can't remember what size line this is. It kind of feels like it may be 12-pound or 14-pound line, something like that. So I normally throw my lipless crankbaits on this one. So let's go ahead and set this back here and grab my other crankbait rod that I normally throw that I'll be throwing the rock crawler on. Like I said, I want to throw some lighter line, some 10-pound line on that one. Let's see, where did I put it at? All right, there it is. It's kind of hiding from me. So let's dig down here and get that crankbait rod out. There we go. What's going on, Outdoor King? He said, what's up, Money? Where you been? Man, I've been tired. Man, that Battle of the Anglers took a lot out of me. I didn't sleep too well. All right, there we go. So yeah, that's got some good castability on that one. So this one's ready to go. Just have to check my line and everything, make sure we're ready to roll. Rogers Family Outdoor Adventures says, yo, what's up, Money? What's going on? Good to see everybody tuning in. Yeah, I've been gone for, man, almost a week. Normally, you guys know I'm out here a few times per week doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. But let me see, we put in a full, how many hours? Like 16? No, that wasn't 16. About 10 to 12 hours on live this past weekend. We did Bass for Cash several times, but nobody wanted any of those funds. So all those funds are still in the pot right now, guys. So you guys know we always start off with $100 in that pot. If anybody is new to the channel, type the word new in the chat. I always like to see who we have tuning in for the first time, make sure everybody understands the rules of engagement, and make sure that if you guess the weight of that fish, that you will be walking away with a nice cash prize. Now, the main thing that you guys have to remember is that you have to be a subscriber to the channel. It does not cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash. The other thing is that you only put one guess in the chat, unless you are a member of the Money Team, because membership does have its privileges, guys. Look at Outdoor King saying new. We all know that is not the truth. That means you are disqualified, Outdoor King. You have been DQ'd. All right, let's see who else we have in here. Outdoor King says, just worked at 16. Outdoor King is like, I'm tired. I'm going to try to win some of this Bass for Cash while I'm laying in bed sleeping. Uh-oh, guys, you see who it is. We have Alexandra saying she's a new member of the chat with her name all highlighted in blue and all that, with a 6 next to the side to her name. Shout out to the Money Team. Now, for anybody who does not know, that 6 that you see next to her name, that badge, means she has been time goes by fast. That means she has been a member of the channel, a member of the Money Team for at least 6 months. Shout out to Alexandra. What's going on, Ellis? Says, I guess it right, but they said it was late. Oh, man, she got you. Alexandra will get you if you don't get it before scales are closed. Frisco says, oh, there's our scribe. She has arrived. Rogers Family says, I won't cheat. All right, yeah, so I like this is casting pretty good. So I have 10-pound line on this one. So sometimes I try to document what type of line and the size of line that I have on here, because as you guys saw in that rod locker, I have a lot of different rods in there. Sometimes I'll change out rods and reels depending on what lake I'm going to, what tournament I'm going to be fishing, things like that. So let me just check this line. And for anybody just tuning in, appreciate you for tuning in today. We're out here doing this thing we call Bass for Cash. We're going to be out here for a good time, not a long time. One of the things that I'm doing is just getting my gear ready for a tournament that I will be participating in tomorrow. And let's just check that line. So that line does have a few little rough spots on there. So that's one of the beauties of getting out and just pre-fishing. It's not, for me, it's not necessarily to catch fish the day before the tournament or whenever I'm out pre-fishing. I mainly want to make sure my gear, my equipment, everything, the knots are tied good. There's no frays in the line. I have all the lures and everything set up that I plan on using for the tournament. And then if I'm actually on the lake, then I'll kind of scout around and see if I can locate fish ahead of time or locate some type of structure that I want to target. But as you guys know, lately, I have just been going to the lakes, no pre-fishing, and just seeing if I can figure it out on the fly. So far things have been pretty good, even through the tough season when, you know, a lot of people are out here struggling on the lakes. I mean, I've been out here struggling a little bit too every once in a while. But for the most part, tournament days are a little different. I'm able to get out here and kind of move around, put together a good game plan, and get some fish to the boat. So that'll be the plan for tomorrow. So I will be at Lake Hartwell tomorrow, guys. And this is one of the baits that I plan on throwing is a crankbait. So I'm gonna make a few more casts with this. Then I'll probably just go ahead and fish around this cove. But for right now, one of the things that I'm doing is just going through here, just making a few casts, checking the line and everything on some of the setups that I currently have, just to make sure I am good to go with everything that I plan on throwing. And one of the things I like about throwing this on that 10-pound line is I can get my baits down just a little bit deeper. I can kind of burn it down to the bottom. Then once it starts hitting the bottom, then I just kind of slow it down a little bit and let it bang off the rocks and things like that. And as you guys can see, I'm just fishing a boat ramp right now because I know that there's rocks and stuff on the end of that. So I just want to be able to feel different types of structure and stuff like that while I am getting my gear ready. And then we're gonna move around a little bit and see if we can get some action. We have Julian the Joke Guy back once again. He says, "What's up, good chat and money? Good to see you in the chat." We have Declan back in the chat. Good to see you. All right, so like I said, guys, we're out here for a good time, not a long time. We have about 1.5 hours to see how many fish we can get to the boat. Now, as we get the fish to the boat, remember, all you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. It doesn't cost anything to win Bass for Cash, all right? The wind's starting to pick up a little bit, but we'll be good, we'll be good. All right, let's get everything set back up, guys. All right, so there we go. Got that one set up. That one's set up pretty good. Now the next thing, let's see. The next thing I'll probably be throwing a little bit, depending on what type of structure I find, is going to be an underspin. So there we go, a nice simple underspin. I think this is a half ounce. I think this is a half ounce underspin with a nice paddle tail on there. So, and the size line on this, wow, that feels kind of thick. I don't know what size line that is. That feels, because I don't have it marked on this rod. But we're gonna throw this out here, depending on how those fish are set up. If I want to get the bait out there a little bit deeper or whatever, then I'll probably be throwing an underspin. So we're just gonna throw that out there and just kind of slow roll it back. What's going on, Julian? We are just getting started for today. So right now I'm just kind of going through the setups of everything that I have, getting ready for a tournament that I will be at tomorrow. So more than likely I will be running that live, but make sure you guys tune in on fishxlive.com. You guys can watch the live weigh-in tomorrow. So if you go to fishxlive.com right now, you will see the tournament that I'm referring to. It will be on Lake Hartwell. I will be fishing with the Rod Benders Bass Club. So we're just getting a few casts out here with this, seeing how far I can get the cast out here, just so I'll be ready for tomorrow. Run Johnny World says, which country? I am in the United States, out here in Georgia, fishing Lake Lanier right now. Parker Fishing says, oh, I'm back and I'm gonna win. What's going on, Chef Boy? He said, get some fish to the boat. Yeah, we're just starting, guys. I don't even know if we've been fishing for 10 minutes yet. But really, I haven't even started fishing yet. I'm just kind of getting all my gear and everything set up. So for anybody just tuning in, I will be fishing a tournament tomorrow on Lake Hartwell. So if you guys want to watch that, just make sure you have subscribed to the channel and just tune in. I will be running that live also. What's going on, Voodoo? He says, most importantly, getting a good night's sleep before a tournament. Oh my goodness, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. That's always the plan. So this is good right here. Let me just make one more cast with this and see if I can just make a little quick adjustment on there. Let's see if I can get it to cast a little bit further. Oh yeah, that went a little bit further. That was there. So we'll leave it right there. That's good. Fishing Baseball Florida says, you been catching anything? Not yet. We have just arrived. We just got out here. And right now, what I've been showing everybody, just going through my setups of the different lures, rods, and reels that I'm going to be using for this tournament tomorrow. So there we go. We have this one lined up, so that one's good to go. I probably won't be throwing this anymore today. So we can go ahead and set this one to the side. Let's go ahead and set this one back here. I won't be using that one today, but I plan on using it tomorrow. So let's move that one out of the way. All right, so now what was the last one, the one that I haven't thrown out there yet? And also, we need to get all of my electronics back online. Let's see, G2N. Now, there was an adjustment that I had made before that I need to put back in the settings to get everything back online. And I can't remember what I had adjusted before. So let's see, north up, no, I know that needs to be on. Heading up is what I normally keep that on. All right, let's just check a few more things real quick. Nav, sonar, there we go. The transducer is not set up right, so we're gonna put that on the right setting. All right, I think that's where we need to be. And on this one, all right, so we're gonna have some fun with it, guys. Just bear with me. We're just getting everything set up for anybody that is just tuning in. All right, we have that set on custom. That's good. Let's go and check the transducer for this unit. Connected transducer. Okay, so that one's good. So let's just check and see. Should be showing me some sonar and some mapping. What's going on, Kevin Two Fishes? Good to see you back in the chat. I shot you a quick email today just in case you had any questions about FishX Live. Let's see who else we have. We have Slurgy. Says, what model hummingbirds are you running? So right now I'm running Helix units, guys. So I have a 12-inch Helix unit right here. And then the other one that I'm running is a 10-inch G2N unit. I run my, I'll show you real quick. I run my 360 imaging on this unit down here. So let's see if I have my quick set connection set up right. Looks like I don't. So let's go through and get these things set back up. And make sure that everything back here is up and running. You know what I'm kind of thinking? That it seems like I may have disconnected something in here when I was down here the other day. So let's see, let's take a look. Yeah, sometimes when we're hitting these waves, things are bouncing around all over the place. Oh, here's the other rod I need right here. I forgot I put that one down in the rod locker. All right, so there we go. Let's just double check these. Make sure we're all good. All right, that stuff should be good. All right, so this is the wacky rig. So I plan on throwing this a little bit tomorrow too. Let's go ahead and make a few casts with that. That one should be, it really shouldn't be anything too complicated with that. Just got to make sure my line is right. Make sure there aren't any line to, oh man, there we go. So I'm glad I did do this. I got to put some more line on here. So definitely have to line this one up a little bit more. Julian says, there are 2 reasons I come to the lives. He says, 1, for some fun time, not a long time, and seeing this awesome chat. And you, of course. He said, number 2, I can't fish and have yet to catch a fish this year. Oh, my goodness. You got to get out there and get it done. What's going on, Jake? He says, bro, you got a supercomputer from the movies on your bass boat. I've never seen that many screens. Yeah, have a screen or 2 up here. Let's go ahead and get these things lined back up, guys. So yes, I got to go through here and kind of get my networking and everything set back up. So we're just gonna do a little fishing real quick. Blaster says, I missed my bendation. Oh yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Jacob says, I love the flake on the boat, on the paint boat. Okay, yeah, we got a nice little coloration going on there. Berg says, do you catch and release or actually use the fish? So I pretty much do catch and release. I'm out here for a good time, not a long time. So once I come out here, do a little bit of fishing, guys, I pack up and I jet and head on to something else. All right, so let me just check the line on this. So like I said, guys, this is one of the baits I'm going to be using for tomorrow. So what I'm doing is just going through here, checking my knots, checking the line, making sure that everything is good to go. Have the bait in there good. So this one, don't really have to do anything else with this one for today. And I doubt I'll be using this for what we're doing right now. We're about to do this thing we call Bass for Cash, guys. So I've given you the run up, the rundown, the run up or rundown of the setups that I have on the boat. So what we are going to do, let's go ahead and just set these out of the way. Uh-oh, do you guys see it? Do you see who just entered the chat? Big shout out to Clint Perry. He came in and hit you guys with 5 gifted memberships. Now, for anybody that is just tuning in, let me let you guys know what that means. We are doing this thing called Bass for Cash, all right? We're doing this thing called Bass for Cash, where as I catch the fish, I will show you guys the fish. If you are a subscriber to the channel and you guess the exact weight of the fish, you will walk away with a nice cash prize. Now, shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. SWAT Lawn Operations is the original sponsor of Bass for Cash, guys. For each fish that is caught and you guess the exact weight, you will walk away with a nice $20 bill. And I heard that eggs nowadays are about $20 each, right? So you can buy 1 egg if you win Bass for Cash, all right? Now, membership does have its privileges. Now, anyone that has a badge next to their name, if you are a member of the Money Team, you get 2 guesses per fish. So that means you have twice the chance to win. Now, everybody else, you get 1 guess per fish. If you put more than 1 guess in the chat, you will be disqualified. You see Alexandria in the chat. We call her the DQ Queen. She's going to be waiting to catch you, trying to break the rules, all right? So make sure you don't do that. The other thing, the members of the Money Team, they will get twice the payout. They get twice the payout, guys. So membership does have its privileges. All right, so now let's make it official. Let's go ahead and get things rolling. So I have all my baits and everything set up. So now what we're going to do, let me just show you guys a rundown. We're going to fish around this entire cove. I'm going to pretty much be throwing a crankbait, guys. And we're going to head here a little bit. Once we get out there, I may cut across and fish one of the other coves. All right, so before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Clint Perry. Shout out to CP. I need everybody to put CP in the chat. Now, if you take a look, those gifted memberships went out to, let's see, we have Wild Fan. I'm Talon Remmer. I don't know what that name means. Then we have That Guy D Money, Alice Adams, Opinionated Viewer, and Slate. Big shout out to all of you guys. You are now members of the Money Team, members of the channel. All right, let's see. Who else do we have in here real quick before we start rolling? Shout out to Alexandra. She is putting a lot of valuable information in the chat. Make sure you guys read that because there will be no excuses accepted if you get hit by the DQ queen, all right? All right, let's go ahead and get moving, guys. So I'm throwing this on a bait casting rod with 10-pound line. This is a crankbait that would dive down to about 9 to 14 feet. I put it on that 10-pound line, so maybe it'll go just a little bit deeper than that, but I can throw this thing all the way up shallow and just let it kind of bang off the rocks. I'll fish it through laydowns and all kinds of good stuff where fish should be hanging out. So now it's official. We're rolling. We're going to see if we can get a fish to the boat, guys. We're going to see. Blaster says, DQ Queen in the house. Vegerberg says, I like how you pronounce my name. Vegerberg. That's right. Is this your first time to the channel? It seems like you may have been here before, but I'm not sure. Do we have anyone that is new to the channel? If you are new to the channel, type new in the chat. Type new in the chat if you are new to the channel. Man, this water is slick calm today, which generally people say is not a good thing when you're trying to catch some of these bass because their vision is pretty good. Those ripples on the water kind of hide the bait from them a little bit. Kind of helps you with more of getting a reaction strike. All right, so we have a lot of new people in the chat. We have Colin, we have Eric. What's going on, Sean? Rencast says bigger bird. I don't know what that means. Lil B. Vegerberg is in the chat. We also have Abel. I said Abel. We Watch Mike is in the chat. All right, appreciate all of the new people tuning in. So let me just give you guys a quick rundown. What we are doing is this thing called Bass for Cash. I come out here on a weekly basis. As I catch the fish, I will hold it up to the camera. I'll put it on a measuring board so you guys can take a good look at it. So you can just look at it. Just look at that. And if you are able to guess the weight of that fish, you will walk away with a nice cash prize. Now, it does not cost anything to participate. The only thing that you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. That's it. Just be a subscriber to the channel, guess the weight of the fish, and bam, just like that, you can walk away with a nice cash prize that you can spend, have a little fun this weekend with it. Each fish that is caught is worth a $20 bill. If you are a subscriber, a member of the channel, the people that you hear me referring to as the money team, you can walk away with a nice $40 bill for the weekend, all right? So there's a total of $100 in the pot. So we're going to have some fun with it. What's going on, Jared? Good to have you in the chat. John says, oh, I'll guess it. He says, I'm good at this. He said, I'm going to guess it and win the money right away. So let's see if I can do my part of it and get a fish to the boat, guys. So we're just going to be covering water right now. Man, oh man, I just passed some nice little structure back there. I'm just looking down there on my sonar right now. Now, I know you guys can't see it, but there's a laydown, a little underwater tree right here. So we're going to cast this crankbait right into it. And I'm just going to kind of bounce it off of those branches underwater. See if we can do that without getting hung up, guys. So I got to kind of do it a little slower. Jared says, how long are you fishing today? Uh-oh, did I get hung up right away? Is Frisco watching? If Frisco watching, he's going to laugh at me because I got hung up right away, guys. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is a rock crawler. It isn't made for crawling through tree branches and stuff like that. But sometimes I can make it work. Oh, Frisco is in the chat. He saw it. He saw me. All right, Frisco, I see you laughing. Yes, I did get hung up on my crankbait and trying to fish it through these, through this laydown. But I don't want to go over there and get it because there's a good chance there's a fish over there. There we go. Look at that, Frisco. You can't doubt your partner. I got it loose. And I feel it banging off of the tree. Look at the tip of the rod down there. Can you see it, the way it's moving around just a little bit? Frisco says, I knew it. Yeah, but look, Frisco, I got loose. All right, so I didn't have anything come out and get it on that first cast. So what we're gonna do is let's just throw this wacky rig in there. I'm gonna fish it right through that laydown. How about that, Frisco? Frisco was trying to laugh at your partner. All right, there we go. Got a nice cast out there. Let's just hit spot lock for a second. Spot lock is just on this foot pedal. I can hit that button right there and it'll just hold the boat in place. This Ultrex trolling motor will start spinning around and it has a propeller on there that'll hold the boat where I need it to be. So we're just gonna throw this out there and just kind of fish it through the, oh, Frisco says, I knew that too. Oh, so you knew I would get it loose, Frisco? Is that what you're saying? Man, did my wacky rig get stuck? Or is it stuck in a fish's mouth? Nope. Oh, there we go. It came loose. Frisco says, I knew the dangle would come out. Yeah, I don't have that square bill on there. If I had that square bill on there, I'd throw it in there a few more times. Shout out to Alexandra. Just giving you guys the lowdown on getting your gifted memberships. John says, Lucky Craft goes through stuff real good. Yeah, I mean, as long as you have the right type of bait, it'll be a little bit better. But I was throwing a rock crawler. I mean, I still throw those in there. You guys saw I still was able to get it out. It's not necessarily designed for that, but I try it out every once in a while. Let's go ahead and try this shaky head too. Let's check the line on here, see if I have some frays in it. Now, the fish that I caught on day 2, Battle of the Anglers live, that you guys watched this weekend, this is the bait that I was catching them on. So I was catching them on that bait right there, just a shaky head. I was keeping it nice and simple, low and slow is what I call it. I stayed on the bottom and just kind of targeted those fish that were around rocks. Lil B says, how do I get that money? Do we have to meet you somewhere? Do we have to meet you at a location, undisclosed location behind the dumpster in a low lit area to pass off the bass for cash, the cash for that bass? Alexandra, she's dropping the information in the chat for you. So anybody that is new to the channel and not really familiar with Bass for Cash, just make sure you read the information that Alexandra is putting in the chat for you. All right. So that should pretty much answer everything for you. Really appreciate all of the new people tuning in. We have Clementine back in the chat. What does Clementine say? Looks nicer weather than down here in Australia. Okay, shout out to Australia back in the chat once again. I told you guys we are worldwide. MoneyBass and Bass for Cash are worldwide. So Clementine, when was the last time that you went fishing in Australia? And what did you catch when you went? John says, have you caught any snapping turtles? I have not. I caught some type of turtle before. It wasn't snapping, though. Frisco says, dangle option 1, wacky rig. Option 2, shaky head. Let's see. That's right. I have 2 shaky heads on the boat and 1 wacky rig. So we have 2 dangle. Oh, my goodness, guys. We're getting a tappy tap, guys. We're getting a tappy tap. But it did not take it. Oh, man. We were close. Isaac says, what pound line are you using for the finesse rigs? Like your wacky rig. So for mine, I'm throwing 12 pound line. And that's because I will throw it. Let's see if I zoom in on this. Can you guys see all of that stuff over there? So I throw my wacky rig right into, and you can kind of see the underwater logs, like they're coming way out into the water. So I'll throw a wacky rig and a shaky head directly into that. So if I get like a 2 pounder, 4 pounder, something like that, and they try to pull me down into the into those laydowns with that 12 pound line, I can get them out. So I know some people throw their wacky rig and their shaky head on like 8 pound line, 10 pound line, but I go ahead and up mine to 12. But I put high vis yellow. Let me go ahead and zoom. There we go. I put high vis yellow braid on here, and I just put a leader on mine. I'm gonna back off of this laydown now because I did get a bite over there, but it did not run off with it. So let's try it one more time. Let's just check and see if that may have been like a brim or something like that. It didn't hit it like a brim. Sometimes those biggins will go ahead and hit you with the tappy tap like that too. So we're gonna pull off of it just a little bit and see if we can make it happen, Captain. Who is that slid into the live stream and hit this channel with the $9.99. It is the Outdoor King. Bam! Just like that, the Outdoor King is the sponsor of today's live stream. Each week when we get out here, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, or show of support through gifting those memberships. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I misspoke. Clint Perry is still the sponsor because Clint Perry hit you guys with 5 gifted memberships. Outdoor King gets that honorable mention with the $9.99. Really, really appreciate that, sir. Frisco says, I would flip a jig in that lay down. Well, come on, Frisco. You need to come and hop on the boat. I got a nice seat sitting right there for you. Come on over here and flip that jig. I want to see if you can really make it happen. Because I'm flipping not a wacky rig, but a shaky head in there. I got a bite, but it didn't take it. Big shout out to the Outdoor King. Really appreciate that. Frisco said, you don't want any of this. Frisco, when was the last time you went fishing? When was the last time you went fishing? Frisco said, you don't want any of this. When was the last time you went fishing, Frisco? Saturday. All right. And what lake did you fish on? Are you in Texas? If you're in Texas, then you know that's not a fair fight. I can't fish against you if you're in Texas, Frisco. Blaster says, I need some of that bendation money, Bass. Well, we're working on it. We're working on it. See, that exactly. I knew it. Lake Fork. Lake Fork. So what did you catch on Lake Fork, Frisco? What did you catch on Saturday on Lake Fork? That's like somebody in college picking on somebody in middle school. You're on Lake Fork. Jay says, you look homeless. Not gonna lie, I'm homeless. I'm homeless. This is my home, guys. Do you see where I live at? I live amongst the trees, the squirrels and the birds, the raccoons, the birds and the bees, all of that good stuff. We're homeless out here. Frisco says, 2 7+ and some dinks. Now, when you say dinks, are those like 3-pounders? Because you're at Lake Fork. So do you consider 2 and 3-pounders dinks? All right, he says they are moving to beds. All right, so what did you catch those on? What did you catch those 7-pounders on? Let me guess. Let me guess first. Let me see. 2 7-pounders, they're moving to beds, and you don't like to dangle. Man, I don't know. Was it a crankbait? What did you catch your 7-pounders on? Since you don't like dangling, my guess would be it was like a crankbait. Chatterbait. Okay. All right, chatterbait. And jerkbait. Gotcha. All right, that's enough dangling. Let's go ahead and get back moving. Man, now look at my graph. See those fish right there? All right, in Frisco, I don't have my live connected right now. Let's go ahead and make another crankbait cast over there. MT Fishing says, I lost an 8-pound bass yesterday and a 6-pound trout yesterday. I don't know if I have the worst luck or the best luck. Now, MT Fishing, let me ask you something, because me and my partners out here, we have a little jokey joke whenever somebody's like, man, I missed the 8-pounder. Now, do you have a scale that is connected to the reel, or how do you know the weight of that fish if you don't get it in the weigh it? So do you have, like, when you set the hook, a settometer, a hookometer, or a reelometer? How do you know the weight of the fish? Shout out to we have Pure Alaska tuning back in once again. A member of the Money Team himself. Keeps us entertained on his nice rides through the mountains out there in Alaska. We have QPIHH out there laughing. Are you guys laughing because I asked how do you know the weight of a fish if you don't get it to the boat? When you set the hook, when you're like, huh, you hit them with the, you know, you got to bend your knees when you set the hook. You're like, oh yeah, that's a 10 pounder. That's an 8.5 right there. That's a 9. I don't need to weigh it. I already know the weight. Shout out to Pure Alaska, guys. Do you see what has just happened? He just hooked up 10 of you. Pure Alaska is now the sponsor of today's live stream. I have to take a look and see what I just missed. Pure Alaska just gifted you guys 10 MoneyBass memberships. We have 10 new members of the Money Team. Shout out to The Right Insight, Jake Stevens, Night Shift. Somebody over here was saying that. I think it was who was on the night shift and said they were tired because they were just getting off work. Let's see. We have Jonathan Gonzalez, Bill Meeks back once again. We have Herbert Balcom and Tim Mix. Wow. Okay. Let's keep going. 5280 Outdoors and Connor Fails. We also have M4 is now back to being a member of the Money Team. Everybody put Pure Alaska in the chat. You know, you definitely have to give him a shout out, guys. He has gifted you guys 10 memberships, 10 members of the Money Team. So now let's see if we can get a fish to the boat. Now, guys, today, like I told you, we're just going to be covering water. So we'll see. If we don't get a fish to the boat today, we're going to get some fish to the boat tomorrow. Tomorrow is tournament day. And as you guys have seen, I do kind of stop my tournaments. And we'll do Bass for Cash once or twice or 3 times. We'll see. See if anybody can get some Bass for Cash money. Now, tomorrow, it is going to be a 2-day tournament. So I will be fishing for 2 days. From safe light probably till about 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock the first day. Second day, probably the same thing. So we're going to see, guys. Just looking for 5 fish on both days. Shout out to Pure Alaska. Did everybody shout out Pure Alaska? And listen, if you received one of those gifted memberships, you have to show him some Southern hospitality. Now, Pure Alaska is in Alaska, of course, out there living that cold weather life. But I'm down south. I'm out here in Georgia. You look around. Do you see the nice weather? Do you see the sun is shining bright? We got some nice trees, nice lakes, nice water down here. And we also have this thing called Southern hospitality. So if you received one of those gifted memberships from Pure Alaska, you have to make sure you thank him in the chat. And you have to say his name. You always have to say the name. Thank you, Pure Alaska, for all that you do. Really, really appreciate it. Everybody shout out Pure Alaska. Emmett says, hey, man, you're doing a lot of talking. Do you have any fish to the boat yet? Not yet. So what I'm doing today is we are just out here rolling. We're going to be covering some water with this crankbait. We're coming back in here to this cove real quick first. So what I'm going to do is speed things up a little bit. Hold on. Did I miss something? Somebody let me know. Did I miss something? Because I see some things on the screen. Guys, let me know. Did I miss something? I gave a shout out to Pure Alaska. Hit us with the 10 gifted memberships. Hold on. I think I did. Did Pure Alaska just hit the channel with another 10 gifted memberships? Somebody put yes in the chat if that's what just happened. Do I see what I saw when I saw it? Somebody put yes in the chat. Is that what just happened? Frisco says again. Oh my goodness. And Frisco says, and still not me. All right, you guys put yes in the chat. Oh my God. Pure Alaska is coming in, making things happen. Really, really appreciate the strong support of the channel. I hope everybody is putting Pure Alaska in the chat. And if you received one of those gifted memberships, you heard what I said. You have to thank him. You have to thank Pure Alaska for the good deeds that he is doing. Membership does have its privileges. Basically, what happens, for anybody who does not know, once you are a member of the Money Team, during Bass for Cash, you will get 2 guesses per fish, which means you have twice the chance to win, okay? You have twice the chance to win, and when you do win, you get twice the payout. Now, it's currently $20 per fish, $20 per fish. You get 1 guess, and that will get you a $20 payout. Now, it does not cost anything to participate. All that you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel, all right, guys? Oh, yeah, I like the way this cast. It feels good. I have 10-pound line on here so I can get my cast out there a little bit farther. And I can get the bait down a little bit deeper. So I would throw this all the way up to the bank, let it bang off of the bottom. And then I'll kind of speed it up once I stop banging it on the bottom. So take a look, guys. See, it's down there on the bottom collecting like old leaves and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and shake that off. and just keep on rolling. So we're going all the way back here to the back of the cove. Sometimes these fish, when the weather kind of cools down like this, they'll be all the way in the back, sometimes in the middle of these coves. So we got to check them out and see. What's going on, John G? We have QP says, hey, I'll hit that sub button when you catch a fish. All right, you guys are making me work for it. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. A little bit of grass back there. Let's go right down the middle of this cove right now. See if we have anything out there. Damien says, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Whipstick says, money, let's roll out to Alaska. Oh, my goodness. Whipstick, I know you will travel. I mean, I do want to go out there and catch one of those halibuts. I want to catch one of those big things. Pure Alaska. So has anybody in the chat actually been to Alaska? If you have been to Alaska, type Alaska in the chat. Let's see if we have some traveling people out here. Now, I've never been to Alaska. I wouldn't know where to hide from those polar bears at. Shout out to the Outdoor King. Hit the channel with the $4.99 super sticker. Well, actually, that was a super chat. He says, take care, money. Okay, I guess Outdoor King is like, hey, buddy, I'm tired. I just got off work. I need to take a nap. Really appreciate you for tuning in. Everybody put okay in the chat. We have to give an honorable mention to the Outdoor King, always coming through, getting active in the chat and showing strong support. Really, really appreciate you. So who has been to Alaska? If you have been to Alaska, type Alaska in the chat. Let's see, has anybody been to Alaska? He says I need to come up there and bear hunt. He knows that is not happening. A bear can take a bullet and keep on running. He says, I'm going to eat you anyway. You shot me, now I'm mad. I was just going to eat you because I'm a bear at first. Now I'm going to eat you because you shot me and I'm mad. Both are bad. Either way, it's still bad. I guess nobody has been to Alaska. Nobody's putting Alaska in the chat. Oh, wait a minute. C219 Troll has been to Alaska. Were there any crappie? So Pure Alaska, are there any crappie in Alaska? Can you go crappie fishing in Alaska? Uh-oh, C92 says, hey, come on down to Okeechobee, home of the big bass. Definitely be some bass for cash going on down there. Pure Alaska says, no, you cannot catch any crappie down here. So C219 Troll is he's a tournament fisherman. He fishes crappie tournaments. But you said there are no crappie in Alaska. QP says, who would fight a bear? Who would fight a bear? Someone that would fight a bear would be someone who no longer, let me see. I guess their life would be separated from their body. Somebody who is okay with their life being separated from their body. That's who would fight a bear, because there's really, that is not even a fight. If you have actually seen the power that a bear has, any of these movies or anything where you see someone actually fighting a bear, no. That's just a no-go. All right, so we've only had one person go to Alaska. What I need you guys to do for me is go over to Pure Alaska's channel. Alexandra, can you drop a link to Pure Alaska's channel? All right, I tried to bring it through a lay down again. Shout out to the Outdoor King. He says, let me see. I'm gone. Take care. I won't be back. Blessings. All right, shout out to the Outdoor King. I think Outdoor King is about to go take a nap. Outdoor King is like, I'm tired. All right, so yeah, I can see my my crankbait. This crankbait that I'm throwing, guys, isn't made for fishing these laydowns. So you can kind of see under the water right here. You see this tree? What just happened? Shout out to Pure Alaska. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do you guys see what just happened? Do you see it? Do you see what is crack-a-lacking in the chat? Now, guys, I was going to be out here for a short time and not a long time today, but Pure Alaska is doing its thing. Now I feel bad. I can't leave. I'm going to have to go and catch some fish today, guys. I was out here for some fun in the sun. I just wanted to get out here and get my baits and everything put together and get ready for this tournament. But Pure Alaska's like, nah, partner, you need to catch some fish today. Shout out to Pure Alaska. He just gifted another 20 memberships, guys. I need to make sure everybody puts Pure Alaska. Now, in the chat, if you received one of those gifted memberships in the chat, put Alaska in the chat. I need to see who received those memberships. And if you are in the chat, shout out to TR. Let's see. Let me go back up here and take a look. We have Lady Wiser, David Gibson, Kevin Two Fish says, hey, man, what about my channel? We have JTB, TR, B Smith. We have Dottie. We have Ricky Bobby, Stephen Walden. We have Matthew Pinkerton. But why? Oh, my goodness. Run. Jack of all trades is back on the scene. Johnny Cush, Jeremy Pruitt. We have Greg Romero, Food Family Conversations. We have Smurfy. Goodness, look at this long list. We have Allen. We have Crockett. Oh, my goodness. Pure Alaska is definitely getting active in the chat. Oh, my goodness. Really, Frisco says, I quit. Frisco was like, I still didn't get a membership. Frisco, you must not be living right. Frisco, you're not living right. How could you have not got a gifted membership, Frisco? I think you're not living right. Do you need to make any confessions? Frisco, I think you might need to make some confessions. So you guys saw the link in the chat. I need you to click on that link, go to Pure Alaska's channel. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment. Leave a comment on his most recent video, guys. And actually come back and tell me what the most recent video is about. I need you to go to his channel, subscribe, and leave a comment letting him know that MoneyBass sent you, and leave a comment about that video. Now, he does some bear hunting, moose hunting, some halibut fishing, does all of that good kind of stuff on his channel, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going and catching some halibut, and what else? Some crabs. I'd want to catch some king crabs. I've heard those things are huge. Blaster says, hey, Frisco, I didn't get a membership either. So Blaster says, hey, buddy, I'm not living right either. I'm just not living right. All right, guys, let's see. We're sitting a little past 4 o'clock. All right, let's pack up. And we're going to run to... See, guys, I was just out here for a good time. Not a long time, but now you guys are making me like, hey, I got to get something to the boat for you. The Mass Bass Tid says, hey, where's Chicken Hawk's gifted membership? Chicken Hawk is not going to get a gifted membership. He doesn't deserve it. You know, wait a minute. Everybody in the chat, who in the chat watched Battle of the Anglers, where me and Chicken Hawk finally met up on the lake and went head to head? Who saw that? Alexander says, for those of you who do not fly, it's a 63-hour drive from Georgia to Alaska. Oh, my goodness. Wait a minute, Alexandra. Are you trying to be funny? Why are you talking about people who do not fly? Why are you talking about people who do not fly, Alexandra? Are you trying to say something? If you see something, say something. What's going on? Chanson says, howdy. New here, man. Nice boat. All right, let me give you a quick rundown. I know a lot of you have asked about the boat before, so we'll give another quick rundown. I want to give a big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, guys. The season is here. You see your grass is getting ready to start growing. those trees, shrubs, and all that stuff. They're like, hey, where's SWAT at? We need you to keep us in line. Make sure you guys reach out to SWAT Lawn Operations for any of your lawn care needs. That's commercial and residential. All right, so here we go. Let me just show you guys the boat that I'm running. So I am running a Nitro Z20. All right, this is a 20-foot boat. All right, let me put my tools back in place. So I'm running a Nitro Z20, guys. See it right there on the windshield. All right, so this is a 20-foot boat. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back. Now, what is running this boat is a Mercury Pro XS 4-stroke 250 horsepower motor. It'll push this boat around a little more, a little less than 70, depending on how you have it rigged up. I have 2 shallow water talons. These are Minn Kota talons. They're shallow water anchors. They will shoot a spike down into the bottom of the lake. As long as the boat is in 10 foot or less of water, that spike will go down and it'll hold the boat in place. So I have one of those on each side. At the console, I'm running 2 Humminbird Helix units. This is a 9-inch unit on this side. The other one is a 10-inch unit. Let's see what else do we have here. Let's see what else do we have. Keeping it nice and simple. Shout out to fishxlive.com. Make sure you guys go and check out FishX Live if you are a tournament organization, whether that is crappie, bass, catfish, carp, just whatever your forte is. Make sure you go and check it out. I have a 12-inch unit on the front and also a 10-inch unit up here. I run my live imaging on here. Now take a look at that, guys. That is a fish directly under the boat. That little squiggly line right there. So let's see if I have something on here that I could drop down to it real quick. How about a wacky rig? So we'll see this wacky rig drop straight down. I'm just going to drop this wacky rig straight down, and you'll be able to see it on the graph in just a second. We'll see if that fish will come up to it. Maybe, maybe not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Pure Alaska hit him with the Semper Fi. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He knows the lingo. I think Pure Alaska and Alexandria know some type of special language that not too many know. Man, there it goes again. So there's the fish right under the boat, guys. Let's drop this shaky head down there and see what happens. I normally don't hit it like that, but we'll do it for fun anyway. So there it goes. Look at it. The fish went down to that shaky head, guys. The fish went down to that shaky head. It's sitting right there on the bottom. Let me bounce it up and down just a little bit. Might as well go ahead and set this screen up. I like color palette 6 on here. And then let's kind of brighten things up a little bit. Turn the sensitivity up so it makes it pop a little bit more. And let's go down to contrast. Let's see, that's way isn't what I want. Let's go ahead and bring it down a little bit. That looks good. So that makes everything pop the way I need it to be. Lower range set on auto. I guess that's fine. I don't really use it too much on here. All right, there we go. So the fish is gone. The fish is gone. It was like, nah, MoneyBass, we're not going to play today. All right, let's roll out, guys. We're going to see if we can get something to the boat real quick. Shout out to Pure Alaska. Came in big time. Now, who has gone over to Pure Alaska's site, to Pure Alaska's YouTube channel, and hit that subscribe button? If you have gone over to Alexandria, drop that link in there for you guys. I need you to put the word Alaska in the chat if you have gone and checked out Pure Alaska's YouTube channel. I need you guys to put Alaska in the chat if you have gone over and checked out Pure Alaska's YouTube channel. He's out there doing moose hunting, crabbing, all kinds of good stuff. Living the good life out there in that cold weather. All right, there we go. Okay, we have a few people going over there. Make sure you guys go over. The link was in the chat. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to move a little bit, guys. What I was planning on doing today was just getting my equipment and everything ready for my tournament for tomorrow. But since everybody's like, hey, bud, you need to go ahead and get a fish to the boat. Let's ease on out here a little bit and see how these fish are setting up. And maybe, just maybe, we can get a fish to the boat. We'll see. I need to take a minute and make sure I get all of my equipment and everything set up correctly. And check my network also, because my network doesn't appear to be, let's see. Yeah, so a lot of my units are offline for some reason, so I need to go in there and just check that. Shout out to Clint Perry. He just hit Max Sato up with a gifted membership. Everybody put CP in the chat. All right, we're gonna ease on out here, guys, and see if we can get a fish to the boat with the quickness. But you know, I really need to take a second and make sure that I fix this network issue that I have going on. Oh, you know what else I need, guys? I need a... Okay, all right, there we go. I need to set up a drop shot also. A drop shot generally works. Did I just miss something again? Did I miss something? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Pure Alaska. Did he just do it again? Somebody put yes in the chat. Did I miss something? Put yes in the chat if Pure Alaska just dropped some more. Maybe I missed something. Put yes in the chat. Did he? Slurgy said yes, he sure did. Oh my God. Let me just go back and take a look and see what we have cooking off in the kitchen today. Pure Alaska has hit Steven Skiba, MJ's Bowls, B-Funkzilla. Look at these names, guys. Daniel. We have Duke City in the house. We have Hook Set John and Anthony Latenzio. Max Tall, Cario, and Jerry Young all got hit with a free gifted membership from Pure Alaska. Everybody should know that name by now. Everybody put Alaska in the chat once again. We only have one person that is going to visit Alaska in the chat. I don't know, Wimpy. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be able to convince me. Wimpy, you can go up there and you can go live from Alaska, so I'll feel like I'm there. How about that? I don't know if I'm going to be able to go, buddy. I don't know. I might take the 63-hour drive and meet you up there. How about that? All right, guys, so we're just checking. I have to check some of my connections because we've been hitting some rough waves and all that stuff lately, and it looks like my network, some of my units may be off the network. Shout out to Pure Alaska, guys, hitting it big in the chat. Gifted a lot of memberships to you guys. And what we will do while I'm waiting on that, so I'm just gonna kind of hook up the network real quick, make sure everything is good. But while we're doing that, I'm gonna make a cast out here and just kind of fish it real slow back to the boat, because you can't catch nothing if you don't if you cast nothing, you catch nothing. All right, so we're trying to get this equipment to come back up here online. Let's check this unit down here too. Yeah, so I think I may have accidentally disconnected something. Jared says, can someone hit me with a Pure Alaska link? Oh yeah, can you drop that link one more time in the chat for Pure Alaska? I want to make sure you guys know about his channel. Putting great content out there. He lets you ride along with him on his way from work, so you can see some of that nice mountain scenery and all that good stuff on Pure Alaska. What's going on, Rory Johnson? He says, I've been to Alaska 2 times. He says, it's amazing. It's amazingly beautiful there. So what did you do when you were in Alaska, Roy? Did you go fishing? Did you go bear hunting? What did you do when you were in Alaska? Pure Alaska says, sorry, Frisco. YouTube won't let me donate anymore today. They limit you to $500 per day. Oh, my God. What has just happened in the chat? All right, listen. I need to make sure everybody goes to Pure Alaska. There is the link. Come back to this channel and let me know what was his last video about. What was the last video for Pure Alaska? We have Midwest tuning in. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be live fishing a tournament. So I'll go ahead and run the live for you guys so you guys can follow along with me. Tomorrow I will definitely be getting some fish to the boat. We will be fishing Lake Hartwell. I will be on Lake Hartwell tomorrow. All right, so who has gone to Pure Alaska's channel? That link is right there in the chat. Shout out to Alexandra. She put that link in the chat for everybody. Midwest says crankbaits. You want me to hit them in the mouthpiece with a crankbait? Right now I need to hit my electronics in the mouth because they're not acting right. So I think I may have disconnected something, guys. And I want to make sure I have that ready for tomorrow so I can run the lake safely and everything. So let's just check a few things, make sure all the connections are still good. All right, so my target lock is working. Frisco says he has a Don't Tell Mom short. Christopher says, great channel. Jerry says, hey, man, we want to see one of those large jaws. You need to make it happen. All right, let's see. Did I actually, let me check something. You know what, guys? I think I may have actually switched my connections on here. Maybe that's it. Let's go ahead and swap these back around real quick. Let's see if that is what I may have done. All right, now let's boot everything back up. Whip6 says, Pure Alaska, we have to get money there in Alaska live on your channel. Oh, man. Oh, man. Don't do it to me, Whipstick. Don't do it to me, man. Jared says, I subbed Pure Alaska. Looking forward to your content. Good deal, good deal. Oh, man, Pure Alaska, you're putting the pressure on me. He said, let's get some fish in the boat today. Oh, man. Oh, man, that wasn't quite the plan. That wasn't quite the plan, but let's see if we can change it around a little bit. Let's go over here and fish some rocks. Blaster says, can't get to Pure Alaska, the angler, because Pure Alaska, the vitamin supplement, is blocking. What is that? What's going on with that? Whipstick says, bear hunting. Of course, that would be hilarious. I don't know about that. Rory says, I went on a whale tour. All right. A glacier nature excursion and a trout fishing expedition where we seen some bears and had to stop for safety reasons. Yeah, I don't know if I want to have to be stopping for safety reasons concerning a bear. Nah, I don't know if that's my kind of excursion. Frisco says, it hardly happens when it is the plan. What is that, seeing some bears? Pure Alaska says, Blaster, just type Pure Alaska in your search bar. I should be the first thing to pop up. Wow, you have to change fishing spots regularly. So have you ever had a bear charge at you while you were actually out there fishing? Let's see, let me check my network again. Guys, I'm trying to fish. I have to do some network troubleshooting and all this good stuff. I gotta be prepared for tomorrow. So Pure Alaska says, yes, that a bear has charged. So what, have you ever had to use bear spray before? Has a bear got close enough to where you had to use bear spray? Oh my goodness. Have you ever had to use bear spray? All right, Pure Alaska, here he goes. He says, the best story is when I walked out of the outhouse of my remote cabin and came face to face with a grizzly bear. Okay, and then what? Because listen, until we get to the full story, I'm gonna keep saying, and then what? So you walk out of the outhouse and came face to face with a grizzly bear. And then what? You can't leave us in suspense like this. Obviously, you made it out of the situation, but and then what? He says, let's just say he's a bear. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. What's going on? We have shout out to Dave Rosenberg in the chat. Dave Rosenberg is going to be out there on Hartwell tomorrow, seeing if he can get some of these largemouth to the boat. We're going to see, guys. Will Dave Rosenberg be able to beat your pot in the money bass? He may stomp me out tomorrow, guys. Hartwell at his lake, but we're going to see. I'm going to get out there and see if I can make it happen. But we're going to have a good time out there on Lake Hartwell. Shout out to Dave Rosenberg. All right, so Pure Alaska. We want to know the details. Frisco says 1 shot, 1 kill. Let me see. Shot him at 5 yards away. What did you shoot it with? And where did you hit it at? A 44 Max. So that's a pistol. You shot it with a pistol? Roy Johnson, if you're using spray, you're too close and need to have a gun. Terry Hall said Dave Rosenberg can't do worse than Chicken Hawk. He said nobody can do worse than Chicken Hawk. So Pure Alaska, you shot it with a pistol. And where did you hit it at? I'm kind of intrigued. You should tell this story on your live next time you're live. Between the eyes. Oh man, did you mess up your bearskin rug? I guess you weren't thinking about the bearskin rug with the shot between the eyes. Good Lord. Blaster says, all I keep getting is Pure Alaska omega-3 supplement. You know why, Blaster? Because you're not living right. You in Frisco, you just aren't living right. That's why stuff isn't working out. You're just not living right. We have how do you pronounce that? Pro Bowden says, I just joined. Catching anything? No, sir, not today. Today is going to be a little different. I'm just out here casting around, getting prepared for a tournament for tomorrow. Got all my equipment set up. Got my crankbait, have my shaky head, got a wacky rig, got another shaky head with a different type of bait on here. I'm going to be throwing an underspin and possibly this deeper diving crankbait. We'll see. we'll see. We'll see how things go. I need to see the water clarity and all that kind of stuff. I did not go and pre-fish. A lot of the guys that I'm going to be competing against, they are there as we speak, pre-fishing for the tournament tomorrow. So we're going to see how that turns out, guys. And remember, I will be live tomorrow during the tournament, and we'll slide in some Bass for Cash. So if you guys want to tune in for that, I'll probably be live around 7 a.m. or so, and then I'll be live until probably from 7 to 1 or 2, something like that. And then if you want to tune in to see the live weigh-in, make sure you go to fishxlive.com. All right, we'll be weighing in with the Rod Bender's Bass Club, guys. Pro Bonus says, and yes, you spelt my name right. I guess I said it right? All right, Pro Bonus says, oh, I like that boat. Appreciate that. We're running a Nitro Z20 with a Mercury Pro XS 4-stroke, 250 horsepower motor on the back. All right, Pure says, I've gone away from the 44 and now have a SIG 10 double M, that 10 millimeter. So why is that? Why did you go away from the 44 versus the 10? I have questions. I have concerns, questions and concerns. Even though I'm not in bear country, I might just need to get one of those just in case a bear decides to just come down here and visit. Rosenberg says, we don't need no stinking pre-fishing. We go out there and get it cracking. We go out there and go for what we know right off the bat. Shout out to Dave Rosenberg. Yeah, we're gonna see. I don't even know I think the water level when I checked was 0.42 or something like that, below full pool. But as far as water clarity and stuff like that, I do not know. I'm gonna go for what I know once I get there. Pro Bonus says, can I get a shout out, please? I think this is probably your third shout out, right? Shout out to Pro Boating. How about that? All right, appreciate you for tuning in. Anybody that is new to the channel, what we do on a weekly basis is do this thing called Bass for Cash, where I come out here as I catch the fish. I will show you guys the fish. If you are a subscriber to the channel and you guess the exact weight of the fish, you will walk away with a nice $20 bill. So it's $100 in that pot, guys. So as we catch the fish, you guess the weight, there'll be a nice $20 payout. Now, the people that you see that have the badges next to their name, those are the members of the Money Team. The Money Team members, I thought I felt a little something. The Money Team members get 2 guesses per fish, which means they have twice the chance to win. All right, looks like I need to switch things back a little bit. Yeah, let me swap things back with my electronics. So they have twice the chance to win. So that is because they get 2 guesses per fish. Now, if a member of the Money Team, if you guess the weight, you will walk away with a nice $20 bill. Now, membership does have its privileges. The members of the channel get 2 guesses and twice the payout. That is why we keep shouting out people like Pure Alaska and your partner Clint Perry, always coming in here doing it strong for the Money Team. Let's see, let's get this other thing lined up back down here. And see why my stuff is not coming on the network. We gotta have it right. Blaster says, do gifted memberships get 2 chances? If you are a member of the channel, you will get 2 guesses. Anybody else that puts in 2 guesses, you will be disqualified. You do not want that to happen because we'll laugh at you. Everybody will laugh if you get disqualified. Alexandra is the DQ queen. She is keeping her eyes on you. She has those hawk eyes, those eagle eyes. She will catch you if you try to put more than 1 guess in the chat. Chase Cook says, is that a Jacob Wheeler series rod? So I think these either have not been released yet or they're just releasing these, guys. But yes, that is a Jacob Wheeler Select. That is a Jacob Wheeler Select. And you guys witnessed the bendation with Battle of the Anglers. This is the rod that I caught the big fish of the tournament with. What is this? This is a 7'1" medium. 7'1" medium. I like that medium because of the bendation and because it has a lot of sensitivity to it. But that is exactly what that is. How did you know that? How did you know that, Chase? Pure Alaska says DQ doesn't stand for Dairy Queen either. It sure does not. Man, guys, I gotta figure out what's going on with my electronics. I need to make sure I can run the lake tomorrow and make sure I get my dangling right. I gotta have my have the dangling set up right. All right, let's go down here and just get this one on my mapping for now. Pro Bowden says, do you have an Xbox or PlayStation at home? There's a game called Fishing Planet. It's really fun. I do not. Man, I haven't played a video game in so long. What's going on? We have Texas Snoop checking in. All right, Texas Snoop, I will be live tomorrow fishing a tournament on Lake Hartwell. So make sure you guys tune in for that. We're going to have some fun with it. And then, of course, courtesy of FishX Live, you will be able to watch the live weigh-in. That will be taking place probably at 3 o'clock, but you just have to tune in tomorrow, and I can let you guys know what time that live weigh-in would take place. Hysterical Mouse says, what is your PB? So my PB, my personal best spotted bass, is 5 pounds, 11 ounces. My personal best largemouth is 8.56 pounds. And then I've caught a real nice size striper. I think the biggest one that I caught of those was about 15 pounds. Had a few nice fish. Pure Alaska says, I'll be watching from the remote cabin. So how do you get service when you're way out there like that? How do you get service? Hysterical Mouse says, I'm in the UK, so I can't catch bass. You can't catch bass in the UK? Why not? What's going on with that? Oh, Starlink. Okay, big timer. Got the Starlink rolling out there. So yeah, we're going to be a 2-day tournament that's taking place out. Oh man, I felt a little tappy tap, guys. Hysterical Mouse says he doesn't know why you can't catch bass, but you can catch trout pretty easy. Oh, so you're saying there are bass, but you just can't catch them because they're hard to catch. Appreciate that, Pro Bowden. Says good luck on your tournament tomorrow. We'll see if we can make it happen. Pure Alaska. Let's see if we can get one to the boat while you're going. But actually, I really want to make sure that I get my network set back up. Man, this wind is blowing kind of hard, guys. Pro Bowden says I'll try to watch live tomorrow. He says, you are alive. That is correct. I am alive. I'm alive and fishing. Texas Noob says, I had to watch the replay because I was on the water myself in the tournament. Took first both days. Oh, my goodness. And what lake were you fishing, may I ask? Is that Lake Fork also? Texas guys are out there in the land of the beast. Hysterical Mouse said, you should come and fish the UK. What kind of fish are we going to catch if I come out there? You just said you can't catch bass out there. What are we going to catch? Frisco says it's time to trade up to Lawrence. Appreciate that, Carlos. All right, Lake Waco and Lake Whitney outside of Waco. All right, good deal. All right, Pro Broden says, I gotta go. Bye. Just in and out, going just like that. All right, guys, let me go ahead and take a pause for the cause. I need to check out this network because I don't want to be out in a tournament trying to fix some network issues. And that's really one of the reasons why I'm out here today, checking my equipment, checking my gear, my rods, my reels, making sure all the line is good, no frays and things like that. So I'm good to go. So Rosenberg, are you still in the chat? Dave Rosenberg, are you still in the chat? Hysterical Mouse says, what time is it in the U.S.? So the U.S. has multiple time zones. Where I'm at, it is currently 4:43. All right, so now what we're doing, guys, is we need to check on my net. Okay, so Rosenberg, let's talk strategy. Are you planning on fishing shallow or are you going to be fishing offshore? My plan is to start off fishing shallow, like going into some creeks, hitting some docks, trying to find some laydowns and some shallow rocks and stuff like that, and hit those with a crankbait. I may skip some docks with a wacky rig or a Nico rig, something like that. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try to give that till maybe 9, 10 o'clock, something like that. And then if I'm not really having any success with that, then I plan on going out and fishing some, see if there's some suspended fish maybe offshore, and try to find some ledges, something like that. Now, let's see if there's anything going on with my network down here. And I need to check my fuse box. Let's check this fuse box, guys. Good, we're getting power. Power looks good. Put that fuse cover back on there. All right, so my network is looking okay. I have to think, what else did I change around, guys? All right, so we look like we have the same game plan. Rosenberg said he's going to go shallow, then deep after 10. That sounds like a good plan. Said he's going to be learning some forward-facing sonar. So we're going to see. He says, let me see. Like Rover, I will be all over. All right, shout out to Hysterical Mouse. Says he will be back later because he subbed. All right, really appreciate that. All right, let's see. So, yeah, there's nothing else to look at in there. All of that is good. All of that is good. But I did something this weekend, and I can't remember what it was. What did I do to get these things off of the network? All right, so my 360 is still working. And let me just check and see which one is this connected to. GPS, G2N external. We want this on external. DI, G2N. 360. So the 360 is not on the network. So it looks like the units just aren't talking to each other. Interesting. Frisco says, try a soft reset. Yeah, I've had everything turned off. What I'll do is I'm just gonna turn everything off. Turn everything off, kill all the power, and then come back. Man, look at the picture on that 360. Can you guys see that? Let me exit back out. Take a look at that. I'll zoom in for you guys. Can you see those rocks, the clarity on those rocks and everything? So that's the Mega 360. All right, let's go ahead and turn this off. Turn that off. And let's just go ahead and pack up and run over to another spot. Kind of get out of this wind a little bit. All right, reset this entire network, turn all the units off. But I do not think this is going to help anything. All right, turn everything back on now. Let it boot up while we run over to this other spot. All right. We have a few more minutes on the clock, guys. Frisco said, I took my 360 off. Why'd you get rid of that 360? All right. Let's see if that reset did anything, guys. I doubt it. I'm probably going to have to kind of check some stuff once I get off of the water. Oh, my goodness, it did it. The reset did it. Shout out to Frisco. Frisco, you deserve a gifted membership. You may have been living right after all. Now I can get back to dangling. I can get back to dangling, Frisco. All right, let's go ahead and get this set up. So I was fishing some shallower water this last tournament. So let's go ahead and drop this range back to about 40 feet. Frisco said the bill's in the mail. All right. How much is it, Frisco? Free? Free 99? That's FREE.99. Free 99. Blaster says, lucky you, Frisco, gifted membership. No, I said he deserves a gifted membership. He didn't get one. I said he deserves one. You gotta pay attention to the small print. Oh man, and just like that, it was online and then it went off. Let's see. Let me check. Man, it was online and went back offline. All right, Frisco, you gotta keep the bill now because it went back offline. Frisco says, "Oh man, I never get a freebie." Man. All right, yep, I'm gonna have to keep playing around with this network, guys. All right, let's ease on over here. See if we can get out of this wind just a little bit. Frisco said, check your junction. So it was online for a minute and then it went offline. What would cause that? He said, in a faulty fuse. So I checked my fuse. Let's go over here and fish closer to these docks. I got some little slimy grass right there. Let's get rid of that. What's going on, All-American? Says, did you catch anything yet? Man, you know what I've caught today? I caught a conversation. That's what I've caught today. We're gonna see if we can change that up. We're gonna do another hard reset on everything again. And then just keep the boat still and see what happens from there. Blaster says no bendation so far. They may not be getting the correct voltage. They may not be. All right, let's reset everything again. Let's check it out. Gonna reset everything. Everything. Pure Alaska said the only thing he caught today was sun. Some fun in the sun. That's right. You see it up there? Caught a little bit of fun in the sun. All right, so we're gonna reset the network. Turn all the units off. Sounds like my spot lock kicked off. Let's get that back in action. Turn this unit off. Terry Hall, how could you do it to me? Said I'm doing my best chicken hawk impression today, huh? Oh man, and I got hung up. Wouldn't you know it? All right, let's go ahead and reset this while I'm here. Frisco said, at least not a headache. Nope, I didn't catch one of those. So tomorrow should be a pretty fun tournament, guys. So it's actually a 2-day tournament. So I'm gonna be fishing shallow, for Frisco, since he doesn't like the offshore dangling. So we're gonna start off shallow, guys, and we're gonna run offshore a little bit. All right, there we go, got that loose. All right, now let's turn everything back on. Hit my spot lock. Let's turn everything back on and see what we got. I'll let these boot up first. Make a nice cast right out there. All right, so we're gonna let these units boot up first. Press menu, startup options. Let these boot up. And let's do, oh goodness, let's do this. Let me go ahead and turn on my reserve power, see if that makes any difference. Ah, all right, Frisco, I think you may be right. I think my voltage, it may be time to get a new battery. Let's check it out. Let's check it out and see. Get all these units back on. What's going on, Tom Mix? He says, well, I'm out heading to the nursing home to see wifey. Have a good one, everybody. Shout out to Tom Mix. Glad you were able to stop through. Hope all is well. We have Mint Beastwood. Mint Beastwood. I like that. Clint Eastwood. So are you Clint Eastwood's cousin? Dropping in to hit the like, bud. Time to rip some lips. I don't know if the lips are going to get ripped. They might just get tapped a little bit. We'll see. Oh, man. Terry Hall says it's all fun and games until you get the bird flu. I think that would be true. The Pure Alaska says, are you running one battery? I sure am. One battery, and it lasted for a long time, but it could be at the end of its life like, hey, MoneyBass, I did the best I could. I hung in there for you, buddy, but you may have to go on without me. Let's see. All right. Yep, I think that's what it is, guys. I think it's new battery time. Voltage. It's 11.8 up here. All right, so there we go. So now we're back in action. Let's just take a look. So things are coming back online again. So that hard reset does get things back working. Man, now this water level is up kind of high right now. So I'm running an AGM, an Interstate AGM 31. Mint Eastwood said marine batteries are expensive. Yes, they are. I think that battery that I have was like $400 and something. So yeah, I think my battery is kind of struggling. Timothy Turner says, back in Shoal Creek, I see. Frisco says, do you have a sea clear harness? I doubt it. So whatever the manufacturer put in here, mine is straight from the manufacturer. So I doubt that they put a sea clear harness in here. Let's see if we can skip this little pier a few times. Hit him in the head with a wacky rig. Let's see if we can get it right in between. You see these two posts right here? We're gonna see if we can skip it right in between those two posts. Did you see it? Did you guys see it? Yeah, the water looks good. But I guess it all depends, right? The water looks better when the fish are biting. Clint Perry said, you have to spring forward this weekend. Shout out to Germany. We have Peter tuning in. Guten Tag. All right, that was another good one. Greetings from Germany. Whipstick says, I hate this spring forward thing. Texas Snoop says, Money, were you stationed in Germany? What made you ask that, Texas Snoop? What made you ask that question? Frisco says, everything is better when they are biting. That's right. The water could be straight mud, but if the fish are biting, then the water is good. The water is good if the fish are biting in the water and it looks like mud. Oh, man, I would get hung up right at the end, right when I was almost getting out of there. Tucker says, are they biting? They could be, but not for me. So, Texas Snoop, I was not stationed in Germany, but my dad was. My dad was lieutenant colonel in the Army. So I was over there because of that. But I was not stationed in Germany. We have Sweet Lady back in the chat. Does anybody see the name? Do you see the name? She says, I saw all those dead fish. She said that was just wrong. Oh, man, guys, I got stuck right there on that little ribbon-looking thing. Now, let's see if I can get that off of here. Let's see. Can your partner get it loose without falling in the water? Man, look at that. So close. So close. All right. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? Texas Noops, you said so Frisco was right. What was Frisco right about? I have to pay attention so I don't fall in the water. Now, if I fall in the water, are you guys gonna laugh at me or are you gonna be concerned? Or will it be both? If I fall in, will you guys laugh, be concerned, or both? All right, I'm gonna remember that. All right, I'm just getting the boat turned around. There we go. All right, now we can get down in here. Gotta get my bait back. These little wacky rig hooks that I use are pretty expensive. Man, this water is cold. Goodness, guys. I just had to pull this thing loose because that water is cold. Jeremy says, I fell in the water and everybody laughed at me. He says, so I'm going to return the favor. Pure Alaska says, come on, man, that water ain't cold. I guess it all depends, right? He said, come on, man. Claire said, what the heck you doing? Are you fishing? Shout out to Jeremy Pruitt. He says, whoever gifted the membership, thank you very much. Does anybody know who may have gifted that membership to Jeremy Pruitt? Does anybody know? Does anybody know who it was? Shout out to Pure Alaska. Pure Alaska has gifted the membership today. Pure Alaska is the official sponsor of today's live stream, guys. Everybody put Pure Alaska in the chat. We have people coming in. They know the right thing to do. Coming in thanking Pure Alaska for those gifted memberships. If everybody could put Pure Alaska in the chat. What's going on, Junior? He said, what's up, peoples? Frisco says, on Lake Ray Roberts, I was cruising the bank at a good clip. Trolling motor hit a stump and I flipped. Oh my goodness, landed in the water on my feet. It didn't even get wet. Wow. So when it happened, did you stand there and say, hey, I meant to do that? Sweet lady says, why are you fishing around docks or whatever? Because sometimes that's where the fish like to hang out at. I'm on the hunt. Oh, man, guys, what time is it? What is today? Oh, man, today is Friday. I forgot I got someplace I'm supposed to be. Oh, man, time is ticking. I haven't even packed for my tournament tomorrow or done anything. I guess we need to fish our way back to the ramp. Shout out to Pure Alaska with an honorable mention going out to the Outdoor King. And also want to give a big shout out to Clint Perry. As Jeremy says, I wish we had a GoPro shot of that. Frisco says, he said, He said it was in a tourney and a few boats saw me. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I mean, you didn't even try to play it off? Junior says, I feel like Hippie Dave now. Man, guys, I'm going to have to leave here, go get a battery. And then I still have someplace I have to be. Texas New said he couldn't play that one off. Kurt says, do you ever use a suspending jerkbait? I sure do. I have one jerkbait. It was a $30 Mega Bass. What was that? 110+1 that I had found on the lake one day. And I started using it and actually caught fish with it. I now call it Cyclops. Does anybody know why that why that jerkbait is called Cyclops? Julio Alberto says, where's your accent from? What do you guys think? What kind of accent do I have? Do I have an accent? Frisco said he didn't even drop his rod. So you should have set the hook, Frisco. When you landed, you should have set the hook. Even if there wasn't a fish on there, you should have just set the hook anyways. Shout out to Jeremy Pruitt. He's been around for a while. He knows about the missing eye on a jerk bait. That is why that bait was called Cyclops. I reeled in an eyeball. Oh yeah, in the chat, who saw Battle of the Anglers from this past weekend? It was Saturday and Sunday. Who watched Battle of the Anglers? If you watched that, type battle in the chat. Type battle in the chat if you watched Battle of the Anglers. Shout out to Whipstick. You see Whipstick is in the chat. I think Whipstick pulled off a third place. Was it third? Yeah, Whipstick was doing his thing, guys. For anybody that missed that, you can go to FishX Live and watch. Both episodes are on FishX Live, guys. Texas New said, day one, y'all put your foot on Chicken Hawk's neck. Oh yeah, Chicken Hawk's feelings was hurt. Oh man, we just had a bite, guys. We just had a bite. Bringing it through that grass. Come on, buddy, get off of there. Just had a bite. Man, a lot of you guys were watching it. Junior said Chicken Hawk didn't catch anything. Yeah, did Chicken Hawk zero on day one? I can't remember. Whipstick said third place finish. Had to whip the Chicken Hawk. Texas New said he was being real quiet. Chicken Hawk was real quiet. So yeah, oh man, so Chicken Hawk zero day one. Yeah, that was real ugly for him. That was real bad. So he was sitting in last place on day one. We have Edward Scissorhands checking back in. Oh yeah, they were on Chicken Hawk. Bad, extra bad. You said you almost felt sorry for him. I mean, you got to be careful about that. Chicken Hawk will trick you. You're feeling sorry for Chicken Hawk, and then he'll catch something, and then it's over. He will not stop talking. All right, we're just going to fish around this cove just a little bit. Shout out to Edward Scissorhands, says he enjoyed the event last weekend. Oh, yeah, it was great. We had a great time. Hog Catcher, what's going on, buddy? What have you been up to? What lake? What's the last lake that you fished? Shout out to Kevin Two Fishes. He says Chicken Hawk almost had to put that boat on Marketplace. Oh, yeah, they were letting Chicken Hawk have it. All right, so Hawk, you're going to be on Oconee. All right, so I'm going to be on Lake Hartwell tomorrow. Jeremy Pruitt says, can I go back and watch last weekend's Battle of the Anglers? Yes, you can. Alexandra, are you able to go to FishX Live? So basically, guys, I can walk you through it real quick. What you want to do is go to FishX Live. Go to fishxlive.com if you do not already have the app. It is free to download so that you guys can watch the Battle of the Anglers that we're talking about. Once you go to FishX Live, what you want to do is click on, let's see, just click on clubs. There'll be a tab that says clubs. Or you can click on the tournaments tab and search for, let's see, what lake was it? Logan Martin. And if you search for Logan Martin, then you would just pick the Logan Martin tournament that is dated March 1st and 2nd. And once you do that, you just click on the Watch Live tab. And from there, you'll be able to see the leaderboard and you'll see both episodes. And you can just click on the first one to watch day 1 and click on the second one to watch day 2. So it is on FishX Live. And just search for Logan Martin if you click on the tournaments tab. If you click on the clubs tab, just choose the MoneyTeam. Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh, Hog Catcher's going to be on Logan Martin tomorrow. Good deal. And what is that with the, is that a tournament trail you're fishing with on Logan Martin? Whipstick says, Texas Noob, did you see him when he said whipstick? That was so funny. Oh, Texas Noob, you have to go back and watch that. You have to go back and watch the end. If you've already watched it, I mean, I would say if you missed it, you just need to go back and watch it because there's so many jokes and they're clowning so hard on Battle of the Anglers. You have to go and watch that episode. And especially at the end, when you see what happens at the end. Kevin Two Fishes says, love having to hear Chicken Hawk have to say whipstick. Oh, man, that was funny. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a pretty good episode, guys. All right, Hawk Catchers fishing the Alabama Trail. Okay. Who hosts that? Oh, yeah, you definitely have to go back. You have to see the end. You have to watch the rest of day 2 if you didn't see it. Kevin Two Fishes says, looked like he almost got sick before saying, oh, yeah, he was getting choked up. he was having a hard time. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and take off because now I'm going to have to go and buy a battery. Man, it's always something. All right, bounce right through those laydowns right there. You guys see that tree right there? It comes way out into the water. We have Big Daddy 02 says, hey, man, I live in Colorado and I've been trying to catch some bass, but I ain't having no luck. What bait should I use? I mean, to me, I mean, you can if you stick with a shaky head, you should eventually catch something on that. What would you guys say this time of year? I mean, crankbaits are generally good this time of year. And what's going on, Ava? Ava says, I'm new to the channel. She's like, what's going on over here? What are you guys talking about with this fishing thing? What's going on, Carlo? Says, yeehaw. So yeah, we're just out here. We were out here for a good time, not a long time. Looks like it's winding down on us. It's about 5:22. I do have some place that I need to be, but I will be back live tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is tournament time, so I won't be able to play around tomorrow. So we'll definitely get some fish to the boat tomorrow, and we'll do this thing we call Bass for Cash, all right? Jeremy says, hit him with a wacky rig or a drop shot. I agree with that wacky rig. That'll work out. That wacky rig, that shaky head, those are some good techniques that you can always depend on. Let's go back here to this back. I know there's kind of a drop off with some rocks back here, so we'll go check that out. Texas Newt says, let us know if the new battery fixes the problem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will, because let's just go ahead and check the voltage. Let me show you guys how it looks. Well, it's on 11.6, so my voltage is around that 11 to 12 volt range. It's generally good. So I am not sure, guys. I'm not sure. Uh-oh, shout out to Clint Perry. He said, hey, Money, go ahead and do it. Get it done right. He said, a little help with the battery. Really, really appreciate that, Clint. So, yeah, I'm going to have to hit him in the head tomorrow once I get this battery in here, Clint. Shout out to CP. If you could, be so kind as to shout out CP in the chat for me, guys. I always want to give credit where credit is due. Really, really appreciate the strong support of the channel. Texas Noob says, oh, no, hog catcher. Prayers out to him and his family. Wait, oh, yeah, that is right. I reached out to him a little earlier. Yeah, offering our deep condolences to a real good friend of the channel, Bass Hunter. Prayers are out for him and his family. Would you look at that? Would you look at what we just got here, guys? Would you look at that? Let's see what somebody's been out here fishing with. So we got some of this green line, some green braid, all tangled up in my line. Anybody that's been watching my channel for any length of time, you guys know I reuse stuff like crazy, right? So one time I actually, the same way I have this braid right here that I just hooked onto, I took a spool and I spooled up so much braid, and the braid looked brand new. I ended up using the braid and catching fish on it. Well, let's see what type of bait we found here. Very funny, Frisco. He said maybe there's a bait on there for you. All right, so there we go. That's what somebody was throwing. Let's go ahead and get this line out of here. Frisco said frugal. That's right. I spooled it up and put it right back to use. All right, let's put that up. Man, I hate it. I have to go buy a battery, guys. But that battery lasted for a long time. And then I think 1 or 2 times I did let it drain all the way out accidentally. So that would definitely hurt the battery life. But that AGM was definitely doing its thing. So some nice rocks over there. Let's fish those rocks real quick, and then we're gonna head out. We have 10 minutes on the clock, guys. 10 minutes on the clock. What was that? Lord Magnus says, hey, buddy, I'm just joining in the live. What rig are you using? Right now, I'm throwing a shaky head, guys. So I'm just throwing the shaky head. I have, what is this, 20-pound high-vis yellow braid on this reel. And I have that tied with an Alberto knot to 12-pound fluorocarbon. Frisco says, go lithium. I don't know. I don't know about those lithiums, man. I don't know. I just try to keep it simple. I'm just going to run and just buy the same thing. Well, I have to check and see. Man, that's a nice chunk of change. I need to see if Interstate is actually I need to look real quick to see what time they close. Let's go check it out and see. What time does Interstate close? Uh-oh, look at that, guys. We hit 100 likes. We hit 100 likes today. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Want to give a big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, one of the original sponsors of this thing we call Bass for Cash. Also want to give a big shout out to fishxlive.com. You guys heard us talking about Battle of the Anglers. Make sure you go to FishXLive and search Logan Martin under the tournaments tab. And from there, just choose the tournament that says Logan Martin on March 1st and 2nd. And click the Watch Live tab. Once you click that Watch Live tab, you can click on the individual anglers' names, and it will show you the weights of the fish that we were catching. So that's how that FishX Live will work out for you guys. And also, listen, if any of you are a member of a bass club, catfish club, carp club, any type of fishing club, reach out to me if you would like to run do a demo run on FishX Live for your own tournament organization. All right. If you would like to do a demo run, just reach out to me and I can assist you with getting that set up. Junior Martinez says, what time will you be going live tomorrow? I should be live around 7 a.m. tomorrow. Around 7 a.m. tomorrow, I will be fishing a tournament on Lake Hartwell. Lake Hartwell kind of sets up similar to this lake that I'm currently on right now, Lake Lanier. But I would say that on that lake, people tend to catch a little more largemouth bass on that lake than they do on Lake Lanier. All right, I had to reset my phone. All right, let's take a look and see. All right, so we need to go to interstate. Shout out to the bass hunter in the chat. I missed it. Good to see you. Hope you and your family are doing well. Shout out to the bass hunter, guys. All right, let's see. What was I looking up, guys? Interstate batteries. Ah, they're closed. I don't know, guys. I may just... All right, let me see what's going on. Texas Newt says Walmart has ever starts. Well, I want an interstate. I need an interstate. Shout out to Kevin Two Fishes. I just hit you back. All right, guys. It looks like your partner MoneyBass is gonna have to figure something out. I may have to go and get me a little backup battery from Walmart or something like that, and see if that fixes the problem. So we'll see. Blaster says batteries plus. Yeah, I have a feeling that these places may be closed now. If so, no big deal. I'll get out there and just go for what I know tomorrow. No big deal. Yeah, so Tony 450, I have to check and see. I have to check it out and see what's going on. Man, I like the way this thing casts. Get a nice long cast out of there. But this water back here is so nice and clear. What's going on, Chef Boy? He says, Money, are you still on the air? Now, are you saying am I on the air as being live, or are you saying I'm on the air as like airball, haven't caught any fish? Which one, Chef Boy? What you trying to say, Chef Boy? What you trying to say about your partner MoneyBass? Oh, yes. If that's the case, yes, I am still on air. I'm still live. I haven't caught any live fish, but I am live. But tomorrow is tournament day, guys. So tournament day is a little different. So the way you guys see me fishing now, it'll be a lot different. Maybe some of you will notice the way my style will change up during tournament versus whenever I'm out kind of fun fishing, hanging out, having a good time with you guys. It's just a little bit different. Man, I thought I had a little tappy tap. All right, let's run this crankbait all the way back over to the ramp, guys. And then we have to get on out of here. I have some places that I need to be. I gotta be there when I need to be there. Texas Noob says, is it a rod benders tournament? Yes, sir, it sure is. I will be fishing with the Rod Benders Bass Club tomorrow at Lake Hartwell. The tournament will be, it is actually a 2-day tournament. And actually, guys, for right now, after the first 3 tournaments of the season, I'm currently leading for Angler of the Year. But it's still early. Frisco says, style change, no. Conversation amount, yes. Oh, so you're saying, so what you're saying, Frisco, is that I'm still going to be dangling, but I'm just not going to be talking as much. Is that your point? Chef Boy said, are you saying Rod or Rob? It is R-O-D, Rod Benders Bass Club. So if you go to fishxlive.com and download the app, you will see the link for the tournament for tomorrow. But if you want to watch me live tomorrow, just go to, you guys will have the, if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll receive the notification. But if you want to watch the live weigh-in, go to FishX Live, choose the Rod Benders. Let me just bring that right through those laydowns. Bam. All right, so yeah. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for that. Out there having a little bit of fun on the lake. Should be a nice, pretty day tomorrow too, guys. All right, so we're just gonna speed up and fish our way all the way back around over here. All right, almost back. All right, 5:41. We have 4 minutes on the clock. 4 minutes on the clock. Blaster says, I'm crossing the Chesapeake Bay. Texas Noob said, whipstick, did you feel the pressure of Chicken Hawk? I doubt it. Once he's pulled out from Chicken Hawk, he knew it was over. I can tell you, I could tell by the way Whipstick was fishing that he was not worried at all. Once Whipstick started catching those fish on the Battle of the Anglers, he was good. He knew Chicken Hawk was done. He knew that was some cooked chicken. We have 3 minutes on the clock, guys. 3 minutes on the clock. All right, so I got all my equipment ready. So one of the things, like I was saying, guys, I come out to check my equipment and everything. Even if I'm not pre-fishing the lake itself. And as you guys can see, one of the things I found out is that my battery is not good. So I'll probably just go and get a battery. Maybe we'll see. Once I get back, I can kind of check around my connections and everything like that, just to make sure that that's not the issue. And once I plug everything back up to the charger, the battery power should boost back up. So if it does that, and then I see that the connection, that everything comes back online fine, then I pretty much know that it is the battery. Chef Boy said, "Who won?" Chef Boy, you have to go and watch it. You have to go and watch the episode. It was a good one. It was a good one. There were a lot of fish caught. Whipstick said, "Chicken Hawk was not even a thought." Oh yeah, Texas Noob, you have to at least go hear that. That part is funny. That part is funny. And remember, guys, with FishX Live, the live leaderboard and everything is right there. So you can go and look at the stats. Just click the Watch Live tab. If you click the Watch Live tab, that will give you a breakdown of each fish that was caught, of each individual fish. So we could weigh in we kept our best 5 fish for each day is what counted towards our total weight. All right, appreciate you, Frisco. Hopefully we'll see you on the water tomorrow so you can watch my dangling session. We're going to have some fun with it. Whipstick said I made him say it with the perfect tone and pitch. That is right. We made him re-say it because he didn't say it right the first time. Tim said, "Maybe I'll see you at East Bank sometime." Yep, you never know. You never know. All right, guys, last cast. Let's make this the last cast. It's the last cast, guys. It is the last. All right, guys, that's all she wrote. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be live on Lake Hartwell, right at the border of South Carolina and Georgia, fishing for some of those largemouth and a few of those spotted bass. So we're going to see how that goes. The game plan is to start off shallow. So we'll be doing some shallow water cranking, hitting docks, rocks, laydowns, things like that. Then we'll probably head and go offshore, depending on how that shallow water bite is in the morning. But for now, I have all my equipment rigged up and ready to ride. All right, got everything lined up and good to go. All right, there we go. All right, good deal, good deal. All right, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Want to give a big shout out to Pure Alaska. Make sure you guys go and check out his channel. Also want to give an honorable mention to the Outdoor King. Shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations, as always, guys. One of the original sponsors of Bass for Cash. We will be out here tomorrow doing this thing we call Bass for Cash live while I am fishing a tournament, all right? So make sure you guys tune in for that. See if you can walk away with some of this Bass for Cash funds. All right, really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Big shout out to fishxlive.com. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next live.